This morning I got the final annual results from last year, and our profit and productivity are declining. This is unacceptable. Lucy, please explain this.
I'm not surprised by this result. As you might be aware, we had quite a lot of production problems in the last year within the company, which related to our quality as well as our production capacity. In my view, that's the direct result of us not being able to keep some of our key personnel. You might recall we had a case of Mr. Philomebe, who decided to leave the company because he failed to reach a glass ceiling because of empowerment. At the same time, we lost Thabo Ngobo, who was an understudy to us. He also had to go to greener pastures. So all in all, we're struggling to keep even our black people, our black trained people, while at the same time, the white people feel like they've got a ceiling in the company due to the issue of empowerment.
Well, Vusi, white people should not use empowerment as an excuse to leave the country. We have to address the imbalances of the past. Those that are leaving the country are leaving because they are not patriotic and they are not committed to rebuilding this country. As for the black guys, they seem to be job hopping because they are in demand at the moment. They do not feel appreciated in this organization because we don't give them enough responsibility in their jobs. And the high salaries that we pay them, they do not compensate for that.
Matabo, how can you have black employees feeling appreciated if at the same time they feel that there's no proper coaching and mentoring in the organization? I mean, the people who should play an active role in mentoring and coaching feel threatened that once the black employees are ready, they will take over from them. And as a result, there's no commitment to mentoring and coaching.
Yes, Noku, but I also feel the quality of the feedback from the performance management system is also poor, because the white managers are scared to be labeled as racist if they give negative feedback.
Yes, but on the other hand, you have a lot of employees who have serious potential, but due to the fact that they are unconsciously labeled by the white employees as not being able to do their jobs, these guys don't seem to prosper. How then will we retain our core staff?
Well, in retaining our core staff, we have to make sure that we comply to the BE legislation. Therefore, promotion for our white employees should only be in exceptional cases. We must, however, communicate job security and commitment towards the growth and development of all our employees, irrespective of gender and color.
Yeah, as much as I agree with the empowerment issue, but I feel like we have to make sure that we keep our cost down, because the main thing of the business is that we have to make sure that we are productive as a business. So that means we have to make sure that we keep our key staff, make sure that we maintain some of the white key personnel in our production, while we undertake the training of the black staff.
No, Vusi. As I said before, I think that although our black employees are paid very well, they are not given enough responsibility and recognition in their jobs. Because most of the time, the white managers feel that the black employees cannot do their jobs.
Felix, I think we're missing a point here. This speaks to a much bigger issue. What we're experiencing now is caused by a lack of real empowerment.
But what do you mean when you say real empowerment? I mean, we've got a dominantly black board, substantial BE investment, and a DE rating of level 4, which is very competitive in the market.
I hear you, Etienne, but that only refers to equity, ownership, and affirmative action. Empowerment extends way beyond that. It speaks to empowerment of all people in the organization.
Please explain.
I'm talking about self-empowerment, psychological empowerment, emotional empowerment. I'm referring to empowerment processes that is inclusive and not just targeted at an exclusive group of people. What we need is an unthreatening culture of continuous learning and development, with the main theme being enablement to all. Mentoring and coaching that takes place in a non-threatening environment. What we also need is to leverage our supplier strategy and, as far as possible, help our more experienced employees to start their own businesses, and then bring them in as suppliers to us.
Unlike Renee's idea, if you look at our empowerment processes so far, they've been superficial. So we need a broad-based empowerment approach, because that is sustainable.
I agree with you, Noko.
I think as part of our empowerment strategy, we need to focus on graduate training and learnership program to create a pool that can be considered for new appointments and to expose them to our culture and business processes. By doing so, we'll not only refine their skills but also make sure that they can do the job when we give them the responsibilities.
I hear you, but we should consider the cost implications of these initiatives.
Of course, cost is an issue. If you consider the kind of skills we're looking for here, these are skills which are quite in high demand. So that means if our company wants to be the best in the business, we have to make sure that we get the best of the skills available. In the process, we have to pay for them.
Then we might have to look at our recruiting process. If we think that the supply of competent people is too low at this level, why not invest earlier in the recruiting chain? We might find possible talent at school and university level.
I like the idea, Pankaj. I think we can link that idea to our corporate social responsibility initiative, where we focus on matric learners in the communities that we do business.
Also on the social investment front, we can set up initiatives by integrating or improving some of the business processes of our BE startup suppliers. This will prove a mutually beneficial relationship in the sense that we will help them to grow their businesses and improve their offering to us.
If I understand you correctly, empowerment is a solution to a problem, and we initially did not understand the concept of empowerment, and therefore we had a superficial approach.
I agree. In order for us to stay in business, we need to get a grip on real empowerment. Renee, can you develop an integrated real empowerment strategy to be presented at the